say I am, I can achieve just what I want.
Hi, my name is Kini. I am a graduate student. I go to Georgetown University and I do triple jump.
Wait, I didn't know you did triple jump before this. Wait. You don't got no videos on your Instagram, do
No,
you?
not really.
Do you know I used to triple jump at University of Kansas? This makes me so happy right now. Literally. Like, is that the only event you do? You don't do long jump at all either?
No, I don't really like it's not my thing.
It was, yeah. So I mean, it wasn't. Well, I don't want to say it wasn't my thing. I really never practiced long jump ever. They put it in the meet, put me in the meets though. That's how it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Facts. Triple jump gang. Okay, facts. Where are you from though?
I'm from Denton, Texas. So like it's like 30, 45 minutes outside Dallas.
Okay, Texas. Where's your college? What city is it in?
Washington, DC.
Washington, D.C. Okay. So from Texas all the way to Washington, D.C., Texas got mad, like, nice track and field athletes. Like, were you among a lot of very poppin' athletes in your area, or was it just you who was like an all-star, like a lot of other D1 athletes?
No, I would say I was around a lot of good people in my area. Like once district passed, like it was like not even actually because my district rezoned my senior year. So my senior year, like every meet, like district, area, regionals, state, it's like it felt like state every meet because like it literally my area went 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way until I think regionals. So it was just like our area was just sick. So yeah, and then like Texas relays, as you know, you see.
Dang, y'all went to Texas Relays in high school. Must be nice. I only went like 1 year. I don't even. Wait. I've never been to Texas Relays.
Wait, really?
Yes, because the reason being is I'm salty. My coach. We don't need to talk about this. My coach is basically like, okay, you had to qualify for Texas Relays. My freshman year, I don't think I qualified, right? Or like my sophomore year, I did. Or maybe I didn't. Either way, yeah, my sophomore year I did, right? But not everyone in the jumps group did. So unless everyone did, our coach was going to another meet that was like a horrible meet that was at like a high school track, and I went that there all 4 years, literally when everyone was at Texas. Yeah,
Oh wow. See,
so horrible.
yeah.
But yeah, so you were in Texas Relays. Like, I guess, were you winning all of these meets? Like, were you the one dominating?
Oh my gosh. Maybe like my junior year, my senior year, yeah, I was until I reached like district area.
Yeah.
Like it was just sick. Like I think like even to go to state, I got like the wild card. So I got third, but my area was the best area. So like I got third, but it was better than all the other areas. Third place mark and some of their first and second place marks. So that's how I got to go to state because they take 9 to state. But the third person, the like it's top two in each region, and then the last one person is like a wild card. So yeah, I got the wild card. That's how got to go to state my senior year. So
That is interesting, honestly, because that just shows how competitive Texas is for one with track and field. So then it seemed like you were winning in the beginning, and then like it was kind of harder because of how good everyone was. But like your senior year, were you getting recruited just from the beginning of your track and field like season, or did it come at the end of your high school season?
another thing about me, I played basketball too. So I actually thought I'm 6'2", by the way. So yeah. So I actually
Okay,
thought that I was
wow.
going to commit in basketball. Like I had all these people I was talking to, all these coaches. But my two things was like I want to go to like a academically rigorous school and then also
Yes.
do track. So I was like, okay, I was getting like looks from all these schools, but then I don't know, it was just weird. Like I just don't think God like that wasn't God's plan for me because everything was just like it was just like dropping. Like it was just dropping. It
Were
was
there
just
any schools that like I may know of?
Like basketball schools.
Yeah, yeah. And what position you were playing? 6'2". I'm like 6'3", so it's like, what the heck?
I guess I was a censor at the time, but I knew I wouldn't have been a censor in college. They would have put me in probably like a four, so like power forward type. But um like you like University of Arkansas, Little Rock, like Texas State, like it's like smaller like D1s. And then like I
So
was like,
you was nice then. You was nice then.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I was chatting to them, but then it just was dropping off. Like, and then I was even talking to some Ivy Leagues, but it was just dropping off. I'm telling you, like
What
that's
do you
just how,
mean? What do you mean dropping off? Like they weren't contacting anymore?
yeah, like it was like they're contacting, like, let me go to your games, all this stuff, and then it just kind of like dropped off. And I'm not gonna lie, like I feel like that has to do with like a lot of like, because recruiting in high school, your coaches too have to kind of like be cooperative. So if your coaches like are
My
as
coach had nothing to do with what I was doing, honestly. Actually, yeah, we tried to keep it away,
no,
because we know how that is.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I think they were going through like coach, a lot of them too. And
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
Oh, so like they were going through the basketball coach. Okay. So, but at this point, so you're thinking you're gonna go D1 in basketball, basically, not
I,
track, like not track at all. You weren't thinking track, period,
I
even.
never like I was always just like basketball kind of came like as like a challenge to me. Like it was something that I knew like I had to just keep like working and working and working at to like really get to where I wanted to be. But I liked that because I knew I was like, there's always something for me to improve on. Obviously track too, but like track came more like very much so more naturally to me. It was always something that I just kind of like after I know what basketball season, okay, I go to track. Then in the summer I go play AAU and I come back to track. That's always how I did it. So I would only do it for like, the high school season is short. It's like three months if you're just doing outdoor. So that's
Yeah,
what I would do.
I can't relate, honestly.
Yeah.
I
But
don't know
people would
how
think,
you are even good if you only did outdoor. Like, I'm really so confused.
mm,
How can you? Because did you do triple jump all 4 years? Because triple jump is not easy at all. I
I
was only good triple jump my last 2 years, and I only really even went to state my last year. So
yeah, okay. So I went to regional. I started triple jump my sophomore year. They just threw me in it. I used to do long jump, but they were like, okay, like come on, like I think you can triple jump. I was like, okay.
thank the Lord for that.
Yeah. So sophomore year, all 3 years since I started doing it in high school, I went to regionals. I did really bad at regionals my sophomore year because they had like a 33 board, and I think I'd been going off a shorter board. I don't remember. So I couldn't jump off of it. So I just did that. Then the next year, junior year, I got fourth at regionals. And then again, my region is the best region. So the girl that got third, she went to state. And then my senior year, that's whenever I went to state. And like I said, in December at this point, I realized I was like, oh gosh, basketball, I'm not gonna go to the caliber school I'm gonna go to. I want to go to if I keep like trying to like look in all these avenues for if I'm still gonna go. Because at this point, money's running out. Like they should have already, stuff should have already been rolling. So
How upset were you though? Was it like you was crying, like I just don't know what I'm gonna do now because of just, I mean, you were trying to be a basketball star, but then those dreams started fading away. Like, was that emotional for you, or was it like, nah, I have another plan?
yes and no. Yes, because like they always say like parents know best. So my dad would always tell me like, like you're the natural talent in track, like leave basketball alone because like you have to do so much, building up when you already have something somewhere else that you're just naturally good at. So he was just like you could really go pick any school that you want to in the nation. Like everybody, it doesn't matter what sport I did. Everybody's telling me like, oh, it doesn't matter what you do, you should be able to pick what school you want to go to. So I was like, okay, like whatever. Like it's just kind of like it always just gets told. It always confused me too because I'm doing all these sports and everybody's telling me this in every sport. They're like,
All these
oh
sports. What do you mean? Two? I heard two sports.
yes, but they kept begging me one year to play volleyball. So I just like, I'm tired of hearing this. So I play volleyball. I hadn't played it a couple years, but I was actually good. So they were like, oh, you should be able to pick what's like whatever, what you do, all this stuff. So yeah, but I was definitely sad, but because I just realized, like, I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm in the middle of the basketball season my senior year. I really wanted to quit, but I don't really quit stuff. So I'm like, okay, like, I'm just gonna finish it. I started it. I'm just gonna finish it. then I was like, okay, I got to do indoor track because I always am rusty. Every single time I come to outdoor, I was like, I don't have time to be rusty. I need money. So I was like, okay. So
Yeah.
go do indoor track. We'll have a basketball game the day before. Don't get home till like 11 a.m., sometimes 12 a.m. All right, wake up like 4 a.m. on the road to like, I think it's like Texas Tech or like Arkansas or like, one of those high school meets. So I went to
Dang, you jumping at all these popping meets. You know where I was jumping? Not no popping meets like that. Not no colleges really. Like not D1, like maybe like D5. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, what? That's crazy. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Keep
yeah.
going.
So then it wasn't until I went to like the Arkansas meet my senior year and I jumped like pretty decent there.
Wait. I'm sorry. I have to stop you right there. You went to University of Arkansas when you were going to high school in Texas?
Yes, like they have like a little high school like meets, high school indoor meets
But why were you traveling in high school to go to a track meet?
because I think I had went to Texas A&M for indoor track meet. I had went to Texas Tech and I went to Arkansas.
I've Okay. Were you running AAU? Is this AAU?
Yes, it's like AAU indoor track.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yo, because I'm like, there's no way you're telling me your high school is doing all of this. Because I'm like,
Oh
what high school is
no.
this? Like,
Yeah, no. My high school didn't even like do that. But like had like a coach that I knew, a club that I used to run for. Cause actually the summer in between my freshman and sophomore year, I did run track. That was the only summer I ran track. And I remember he was like, oh, because I'm tall. He's like, oh, I'm gonna throw you in a 400. I never ran it before. And I
yeah,
started at like a 63. And by the end of the summer, I ran a 58. So he's like, oh, you're like a natural talent. Da, da, da. If you keep running, like you're gonna be able to pick. Again, I just left it alone. I don't know what was wrong with me. I liked basketball. I'm not gonna lie. So
is the key running AAU? Is that the key? Because I mean, I don't know. You tell me.
I feel like yes, and I feel like every summer, even though it's like also like I just feel like those are really good memories also. And then it really like solidifies like training over the summer is crucial. So being a part of the team kind of like makes you want to get up and actually go to practice because training by yourself is kind of like eh. But when you're
Yeah.
training with like people, like it makes it more fun. You're laughing, you're joking. It comes time to train, you're training. But like it's overall a good time, and then you travel here and there, so it's like fun memories too. As at the same time, you're getting better. So I do think that it's essential to do AAU or USA's or something.
So you're getting recruited, and what are the schools that are on your list?
So
Your top 5. I want to know the top 5.
okay, I thought I was gonna go to UT at first. So
UTF, what is that?
UT, like UT Austin, University of
No,
Texas.
that was my number one school, literally. And yeah, I wasn't even recruited there. I went like it was one of those schools like I put their name up on my wall. Like I'm like, yo, like all I gotta be is nice, and then I'm gonna go there. And I was good, but I wasn't obviously good enough to go there. You know what I'm saying? So it just hurt my heart so much.
Yeah, it's actually like a lot of people like go to college and they transfer into UT, but like most of the people that start at UT are from Texas. So they don't really,
Really?
yeah, they like to keep, I mean, it's easy too. I mean, you have a lot of good people around you and then you could keep recruiting costs low. So, because you got
Yeah.
all these in state people. So, yeah. So, UT was my top. Rice, Georgetown, who else was on there? Notre Dame was on there.
Dang, what you have like a 4.5 in high school?
I actually I had like a
You ain't go to no events at all. All you did was like, you know what I'm saying, study, 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 right?
no, I was like very smart for real. I like keep in mind too, like I got recruited so late. So I at this point, like a lot of the schools that I was interested in, I had already applied to. And some of them I got it in, like Notre Dame and Michigan. I think I got it into both of those by myself. And they were like, bro, you got into here by yourself. Like I thought we were gonna have to like make you like apply and all this stuff. Like do you know how impressive that is? All this stuff. I was just like, oh, like
Yeah.
I was just applying. Like I would just like be, I guess, proactive because with stuff I couldn't do because I was just believing. Because since December when I realized, okay, basketball's not gonna go the way I thought it's gonna go. I started emailing. I'm like raw talent, all this stuff. I'm sending videos. I get some responses. I don't get some responses, but I keep emailing. I keep updating them as the season's going. And it's not until like Texas relays, March 31st. I'll never forget it. My last jump, I broke 40, like barely. I jumped
Sheesh.
like 0.75. But it just so happened, I didn't know. Obviously, there's college coaches there, but I just didn't know who was there. And a lot of the people I had emailing, some of them that like never even got back to me, like were approaching me. I talked to like 6 coaches that day, and they're like, "Oh, I need to get you on a visit." One of them, I think it was OU, was like, "Oh, I've been seeing your email since December." I was like, okay. Never responded to one of them. But you see, that's just how.
We need to talk about this emailing real quick because that's the game too. And I tried to put people on the game, but you about to just give the game that I was really going to make a video on. So what is this emailing thing that you're talking about?
So basically, I like was told to like make like a resume. So it had like my academic things on there and then like my track accomplishments and like stuff I accomplished throughout high school. And I made a resume. I even like attached any articles that was written about me in it. And I basically would like make a letterhead prompt, basically like, hey, I'm Annie Kitty. I go to so and so school. I do these events. I'm a raw talent. I'm this tall. Like just introducing
Raw
myself.
talent. Did you really say that?
Yes, because I literally needed them to know. Like I'm 6'2", but I have no training. Like when you say that in triple jump, like and they see that you're actually like fast too, they're like, oh, like let me,
Raw talent is a flex though to send to a D1 coach though. Like, yo, like I'm raw talent. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to mess with me. See,
No,
me, it's like it seemed like I just sent the video and I said, what do I need to do to get on the team? Like, this is me. I jumped this from this amount of steps. And I sent the video and I got a lot of responses. But you sent like a whole like PowerPoint slide, like with an intro video and everything. That's more advanced. So we need to hear more of this. What else did you send?
no, yeah, I just sent that and then I attached the resume and then I attached like a video. If I had forgotten, sometimes I would forget. I would just send like those initially first and see if I get a response and then they would ask me for a video. I'd send them videos. But my videos weren't even that good, but like they would like still be interested, like to tell them like keep me updated throughout the season, stuff like that. And honestly, the reason why I even made it such like a like expansive, like nicely organized thing is because my uncle was very invested in my recruiting. He was like, you got to do it this, and this way because all his kids went D1 and all his kids, he did the same thing for them. So he was like, okay, this is the way you're going to do it. And so I just was like listening to him the whole time. So I'm like, okay, I got to do it. Like, so at first it was like very discouraging because I wouldn't like get responses. I'm just like, keep updating them. But eventually, like some people responded immediately, but like eventually it just started to pay off. And I think I got my first like full offer like the beginning of March. And then I got a second one like a week after that. Both of these are like small D1s in Texas. And then they just kind of started rolling after that.
Okay, so were you having conversations with these coaches in the email? Like what responses? Like try to tell me word for word what was one response that you got from a coach? Like you're not good enough or yo, we love you. Oh my gosh, we'll send you this amount of money. Like did they call you? Like
I think like I remember I think I emailed USC. USC was like, you need to jump 41 to get this amount of money and 42
great
to get this
response.
amount.
That's what you need to hear.
Yeah, FSU said the same thing, but FSU was like very still talking to me a lot. I think maybe they thought I was gonna jump it sometime that season, but they were like, and then some of them were like, "Oh, I wish I would have heard from you sooner because even though you don't jump this, I would have liked to have you on the team, but now like something about like their finances and stuff like that." So it just depends. And some people were just like, "Oh, update me. Like, I'm glad that you got to me." Things of that matter. Rice wasn't really emailing me like that back, but then all of a sudden when they saw me jump at Texas Relays, they were very invested in me and wanted me to come on a visit. So yeah, it was just stuff like that. Georgetown was very, I will say, Georgetown was like pretty active and like to the point, like he called me, I remember. And I think I also talked to UT on the phone, Notre Dame on the phone. I think those are the ones I remember. Wake Forest. I talked to Wake Forest on the phone.
So then what made you choose Georgetown? Like Did they send you money? They're like, yo, like we'll pay for your meal. Like,
No, I went on the visit. I just liked the school. I liked the atmosphere, and like also like my top two was like Georgetown and Rice, and I just felt like Georgetown fit what I was going for better. I kind of just did not want to be in Texas anymore. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like
yeah,
every
I love
Texas,
Texas though, but yeah,
yeah,
growing up there, I get it.
yeah, I think a lot of people that are athletes in Texas, they just stay in Texas because it's obviously great for athletic purposes, right? But I just couldn't. I just like this is like a time where I can like experience something different for 4 years. Like DC is like the number two place where Black people are most successful in the U.S. So I was like, okay, like
Wow,
yeah, I
that's where my aunt is.
yeah. So I was just like, okay, like I gotta explore. Like I gotta see what's going on. So that's why I chose Georgetown.
So you're there now. What year are you?
I am a fifth year, so I'm a grad student.
So you graduated already
Mhm.
with like what? What degree?
I was a biology of global health major,
Whoa,
pre
whoa,
med.
whoa, 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 whoa. Say that again.
Biology of global health. So basically bio.
So like you like can make like grass.
No,
What does it
I
mean then?
can't. Maybe some people
What
can.
does it mean then? Like
Biology of global health, it's like biology, right? So like your regular science classes and then
yeah, but if I didn't pay attention, then like, I wouldn't really know what biology is at all. So like
I mean,
like what type of I guess what type of career does someone have who does that? Do they like
I'm
stop global warming? Is that what you're saying?
there. I mean, you can do a lot of things. You can do like research, like lab work. You can do like environmental, like policy if you want to. You can also do public policy, health policy. You can do all that type of stuff. You can do. I was pre med, so I want to be a doctor down the line. So that's what I'm using it for. But there's other things that you can do to like veer off with just like the biology of global health.
Oh, so okay, you want to be a doctor. All right. Now, was it hard to graduate?
I wouldn't say it was hard to graduate, but I will say that the classes were definitely challenging.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah, yeah. Okay, so did you fail any classes?
no.
You're going to a school that's like, you know what I'm saying, not everyone gets accepted into. So were you already prepared going in for what like I guess they offered as far as their education and athletics? Like were you well prepared?
I would say no. I didn't really know how to like. I was always just very smart in high school. I didn't really have to like study or like exert myself that much. I could study like 30 minutes before a test and get like an A. I have very good memory, so I like didn't really have to like do too much. So coming to college, it doesn't work like that. I was like, okay, obviously like studying a day before don't work, but I was like thinking like 2, 3 days before to study it. It still wasn't working. So I'm like, what's going on? Like what's going
Two,
on? Like
three, 2, 3 a day. You wallet if you talk about a college test 2 or 3 days before. That
no,
was
I'm telling you, Georgetown is different though too, because like a lot of other schools, my friends be telling me like they do multiple choice and all that stuff. Georgetown might have like 5 questions on there, multiple choice. The rest is written response. You're like,
written, yeah.
yeah, you writing essays. They gotta make sure you know, and it's like in depth. It's not like, oh, like what's the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cell. It's not like that. It's what does like what does the mitochondria like contribute to? Like what are components that the mitochondria does besides this? Like I'm just
I don't know.
you
I
know what I'm
don't
saying?
even know.
Chatting, and it's gonna say, "Oh, use fill this up in 3 to 5 sentences." Like it's gonna tell you how much you're supposed to write on it. So let's say you only got 1 sentence to write, you're getting 1 out of 3. If the teacher,
You said one sentence to write. Oh my gosh, that sounds like me. That literally sounds like me on test. Like, yo, I really have tried to break one sentence into 4 sentences. Like you be
yeah, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, it humbled me. I'm not
literally.
gonna lie, it humbled me.
That's interesting. So, you seem excited. How would you say your 2022 went?
I think it started off Like, I mean, I think I'm gonna say like they had us in the first half. I'm not gonna lie, but like it progressively got better. I think. Um,
I'm talking about like your life, not just school.
yeah, it
Oh,
progressively got better. The end of the year was just alright, but it's okay, you
well,
know.
okay, why, what happened? Like, why was it not a 10 out of 10 or 15 out of 10? Or was it?
I just feel like I don't know. I'm kind of at a place in my life where like I have a lot of stuff I want to accomplish, and like it's very important that I'm very like centered and stay focused on what I'm doing because I find that I can easily sometimes get veered off depending on what I'm doing. Like if it's like something I know I have to do, but it's not like that much of an interest to me, but I just know I have to get it done, I can kind of get veered off sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially or too, sometimes where a process just takes a long time and you're just making baby steps at a time, but you just have to stay focused the whole entire time. So it was kind of just things were like coming in that were kind of like I felt like destabilizing. But really what I just did to counteract that and cope with that is just, pray and like just do everything that I can on my own accord to stay focused and accomplish my vision eventually.
What is something that could throw you off? Like what? Like you like I don't know, being mad at yourself or something? Like you being sick, you being injured, you not wanting to wake up for class, like what?
I mean, all of the above, basically. It could be a friend doing something to me, like not something to me, but you know what I'm saying, like a situation with a friend going like
Yeah.
awry. It could be like maybe I thought I should have got this on some assignment I did. I got a different grade, like slightly lower. It could be um, practice maybe didn't go how I wanted it to go. And I feel like maybe the couple practices before that were going really well. So then this practice kind of felt like a setback to me. Things like that. Like those are things, they're like small things, but I'm just very hard on myself sometimes. So I have to remember, like, okay, like, even if it didn't go as planned today, like you got to come back tomorrow and just keep working at it. Just keep working at it. Just keep working at it.
Yeah. Are there like a lot of days throughout the year that you're unmotivated and then maybe like you have to make yourself motivated, or do you feel like you wake up a lot of the times motivated? Most I'm talking about like specifically waking up, like not throughout the day, just like specifically waking up.
I think there is some days that I am unmotivated. I think honestly it's human for that to occur. Uh, I'm particularly in general a motivated person, but sometimes there's some days where I'm not that much. But I think what makes me motivated is just when I remember what my goals are. And I'm like, okay, well, I have to do this obviously to get closer to accomplishing that. So that's what contributes to that for me.
Didn't you graduate in 2022?
Yes.
So that was an amazing year. What the heck? Okay. Okay.
It's so weird because it's like when you graduate, I was just talking to somebody about this recently. Like I didn't feel like it was nice, but it just didn't feel like dang, like okay, I went through 4 years, like okay, it went fast. All right, I got a piece of paper. Like, bro, like this is just crazy. Like, I'm like, are you for real? Like,
I
I'm
didn't even go to my graduation. I was at Big 12 Championships, and I just really didn't even care at that point because I'm like, yo, I'm just so happy I'm out of school at this point. Like, it's like I already felt like it's not like I was about to. I needed to pass a class. You know what I'm saying? To graduate, and I just got by. It was like, yo, like I knew from like junior year, like going into senior year, like, yo, okay, we're gonna get this. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
to me, it wasn't that serious. But to you, is it like you may celebrate more when you're a doctor, or like your focus more is like track? Like, what would get you excited outside of, I guess, just the graduation? Because it could be something else that you're
Um,
trying to accomplish that's more important.
outside of just graduation. I mean, yeah, like eventually I would want to be a doctor. Like that's huge. Getting into medical school, things like that. Those are like would be like huge accomplishments. For track, I want to go to nationals this year, so that's like a big thing that I'm working towards right now. Um, yeah, and then like obviously I have like smaller goals. But like those I feel like would just give me more gratification than like graduating. Like I know I did it. I know I did something big, but it just I don't know. I guess it was just kind of like a delayed gratification because you get in and you get a paper and it's like, okay, like wow, okay.
So like were there any lessons maybe that you learned 2022 that you're taking into 2023?
Yes, I definitely would say one is that like in life in general, like you really can't run anything past anybody. If you think somebody won't do you like that, they definitely can. That's why you really gotta the main person that you gotta trust and the only person you gotta trust is yourself. Because at the end of the day, you come in by yourself, you leave by yourself. So it's very important to like be tuned in with yourself, take care of yourself, and practice that discipline with yourself every day. That's actually like catering to yourself because yes, you want to be a great athlete and you want to be all these things in life, but if you don't take care of yourself, it makes it hard to actually accomplish such things. So
What are
yeah.
you doing to take care of yourself?
Um
What is
I
one
like
thing?
I like to read and recently I started reading again. I used to read all the time, like for fun in like elementary school and like middle school, and I stopped like once I got to like high school because now they're requiring us to read books. Like, what's going on? It wasn't like fun. Like, it wasn't like I could just pick up a book. Now they're requiring it. So I started reading again, and like that's nice because I can just clear my mind. Um, yeah, I like watching like YouTube videos. I like learning like different things
What
through
is something you like to learn? Because like I feel like everyone learns different things, like and everyone watches different even videos on YouTube that motivate them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So what is something you would watch?
um, I like motivational like speakers type things. I like podcasts. Like I recently got into watching that with a friend. Um, I like learning like stuff that can help me. So like I like watching hair videos and stuff like that. Like yeah, I can do hair, so I'd like watching those to improve my craft.
Yeah,
So
I see you got a business. So like what's up with the business? When did you start that?
I really started it this year, I would say. Yeah.
Really? You already got followers though on your Instagram page. So like what are those friends? Are those clients? Like whose whose hair are you doing? Like because let me tell you something. I started doing hair like maybe for a week at University of Kansas. I messed up my friend's hair so bad. Like it was just a joke, you know what I'm saying? You know, I just had to put my 2 cents in there. But with your hair business, like when did you start? You said this year, but like, I mean, you have some type of following right now, at least, you know what I'm saying? So they must like it. Are you doing everyone's hair on the team?
No, I do a couple people's hair on the team. I mostly do like wigs and things like that, sew-ins and stuff like that. So not everybody's getting that. Also, I go to a PWI, which is a predominantly white institution. So it makes it hard to like sometimes I wish and like I'm like, okay, I wish I was like close a little bit closer to Howard because I feel like I would just be getting an influx of people. But sometimes I do get like people from other schools that are interested. But for the most part, I have like, I guess like hot periods at my school. So like it'll be like a certain time, like around Halloween this year, a lot of people were asking to get installs, or around like the start of school, a lot of people asked to get installs. So it's like people that I know or like kind of like word of mouth that I might know of. And since it's like such a smaller black population at our campus, I've probably seen them before, even if I've never really like talked to them.
Yeah. So like, I guess, are you putting these wigs on people or you just sell them?
No, I just put them on people.
Okay. So is that like a skill you had to learn?
Yes.
Okay. Like what was that process? Because if you're a D1 athlete, like when do you have time to do that?
So my freshman year, I think I bought my first wig and I like did it like I installed it on myself. So I just kept like doing that and then I think COVID happened and I was just sitting at home and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna learn how to like sew a wig. Like I'm gonna learn how to make a wig myself. So the first wig I made, I was so discouraged. It took me like days to make it and to learn how to sew. And I remember honestly, my little brother was the only one that kept me going. He's like, Annie, come on, you can do this. Da da da. I was like, okay. So I finished it, and it was like so rough. Like when I look back at it, I think I was like probably some now, like some of the thread is loose. But I finished it. I was so happy. And then after that, it was like only up. So I kept doing that over COVID. And that's when I really like learned how to do it on myself. And then I think nearing the COVID's not done, but like nearing, like the tail
Yeah.
end of what I like started like installing it on other people. And then I just saw I was seeing I was like pretty good at something that I just barely do. And all I've done, I'm telling people like watching videos. I'm a very visual learner, but I think watching videos could benefit anybody. I would just watch videos on videos on videos. I could not even be practicing it. I was just watching it. Like the next one would play, I'm watching it. I'm watching it. I'm watching it. It was actually interesting to me. So I didn't mind. But I think that's why I got so good so fast because I was just watching it all the time.
Yeah, is this business about to take off?
Um, I don't know. We'll see. Honestly, I think I'm the one that's in the way of it because it is a lot to do with track. Like I was literally talking to my friend today. I'm like, do I really want to do this? Like, do I want to be doing hair during the season? I don't know. But it definitely was. It was popping during the fall. I'm not even gonna lie. Very good side money.
Yeah, so I'm like, I mean, I don't know like what type of time you feel like you have. Like to me, every time I just woke up, I went to practice, then went to school, then went to practice, then went to the trainer, then went home, then went to tutoring, then went home. So I probably didn't have really time for anything. Maybe the weekends, like a Saturday or Sunday before the season. Once the season started, it was nothing. So it's like if you feel like you even may have had time at some point to learn this skill, like how hard do you feel like it is to be a Division 1 athlete?
I definitely think it's very hard. I think it's very taxing. It's a lot on your body. And then you also have school put into it to like the rigor of academics in general. It's a lot. And then, there's often times where you might not get a break that everybody else gets, like, spring break, like you don't get that for track. Um, like, terms of like I know for basketball, they don't get Thanksgiving break. Like, they're literally at the school, they're training. So things like that other people might even take for granted to go home and like see their family and things like that, I can't do. And like my mom's asking me like, oh, can you come home like one of these weekends in the spring semester? She's like, I know we have meets every weekend. I don't know if you're gonna have an off weekend. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you yet. If I did come, it would be like spur of the moment.
But
So
listen, like you smart. You just said you were smart in high school. You know what I'm saying? You was a top triple jumper. It must be easy for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just went across the country to a whole nother state and you're in school. Like, and you just got a degree in something that I definitely could have gotten a degree in. Like, it must be easy. I'm telling you, someone's at home, like, yeah, it must have just been easy for her. Like, she's just saying it's hard because it's hard for the normal person. But for her, it was just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
no, man, I definitely have my ups and downs. I'm not gonna lie. I knew I was gonna make it through at the end, but I'm so dramatic. So I would like see something. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, are you for real? Like, why is this happening to me? Okay, like, now I gotta overcome this little obstacle. So yeah, but like there was definitely, some trials and tribulations, but I overcame. I know I was very capable though. Like when you know something's in you, you just, you're destined to achieve it. So yeah.
Yeah, what was your best experience in track?
Um, I like things where like I know I worked really hard to get there and then I finally get there.
Yes.
So probably like conference last year outdoor, I qualified
What
for
conference are y'all in?
Big East.
Yeah, you gotta let them know Big East. It's not no the small East. You know what I'm saying? It's not the
Yeah,
small East.
yeah, we're in the Big East, and I got first in triple jump, but I remember.
Wait. Oh my gosh, all these conference champions. I'm not a conference champion. What the heck?
What's Kansas? Is it Pac? What is?
Nah, we in the Big 12.
Oh, y'all are
The
okay.
Big 12. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna talk about my story on conference. I had a good enough collegiate career to not have to, talk about conference. But um dang, conference champion. What did so like can you take me through that meet? Like because there's cameras there. There's an audience there. It was warm.
Yes, actually, it was.
Okay, so let's start from here. I'm going to narrate it because you know what I'm saying. I've been through the same situation. Um, you get off the bus and it's like the day before or like 2 days before, whenever the day where you do your run throughs, right? And you get on the track and you do your run through and you know, okay, like this, I feel like a little weird, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe tight, like whatever. What did you feel when you first got on the track and you were doing your run throughs before you actually won, like the days before? How did you feel?
I was doing fine. I think it was my run throughs, like the first two. And then I just started doing some weird thing. Like I remember for triple, like I would run up and then I'm supposed to like, you're supposed to cycle up to do the first phase to
Yeah.
see, you know, and I would just wasn't cycling. I was doing like some weird, like want to be penultimate. Like it was just weird. And keep in mind, I had just done like I had just done it twice. So I'm like, what's going on? And I kept trying and I was doing the same thing over and over. Like my foot was on the board, but I just was doing some weird thing. And my coach was like, what's wrong with you? Like, and I'm like,
And is it like, are you around like, is like other teams there? Or are you guys just like the only team there?
at this point, I think it was like the team hosting it that was there and then just us. So it wasn't anything major for real.
Yeah.
But my teammates was looking at me too, like, what's going on with her? So
Yeah. So does that affect you though? Like the day before or the 2 days before? Like how does that play into your mental going into that even night? You know what I'm saying? Going back home or like going to eat after that? Like how does that play into your mental?
I definitely was like, okay, what's going on? But I definitely knew I could do it. Like I knew it was there, but I was just like, I don't know. So I did kind of have to like recuperate and regroup before I came the next day. Cause I was like, all right, like it's go time, you know what I'm saying? And at this point, I didn't know I was gonna for sure if I was gonna come back maybe actually I did know I was gonna come back for a fifth year, but like I didn't know necessarily where. So I was um, like, this is my senior season. Not technically though, in terms of because of like COVID,
Yeah.
all that stuff. But like this is my like last season being a senior in undergrad. So I was like, okay, like it's go time. I gotta do something. I gotta make something shake. I've been doing this for a little while now. So yeah.
Yeah. That's so the day that you wake up, is there something that you do? Like, do you like not talk to people? Are you talking to people? Like, what is going through a pre-conference champion's head when you wake up? The second you wake up, what are you thinking? I
Um,
gotta eat breakfast.
no, actually, second I woke up, I was thinking like I have to pray because I was very anxious. So I was anxious. I couldn't sleep that night. I remember I could not sleep. I was just thinking about it, thinking about it.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, indoor I got third, and I hadn't competed indoor. Before indoor, I hadn't competed for like 2 years because even the season before that, I didn't compete because I had got a concussion. Don't ask me how I got a concussion in a non-contact sport. Don't ask me, please. But I got a concussion, so I couldn't compete. So I was felt like rusty all of indoor, and so I got third. I was in first until the last jump, but I didn't respond. So yeah, I got third. I was very upset. So I came back. I was like, bro, this cannot happen again. Like, no way, no way, no way.
Mm-hmm.
That was like my mindset. I was very anxious. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I know I can do it, but like, am I gonna freeze up? Like, I can't allow that to happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. I prayed, and then I think I thought about breakfast.
Are you on Instagram? Are you posting a picture in the mirror? Like, are you like fixing what outfit you're gonna wear because you don't know if you're gonna wear an arm sleeve or a headband? Like throughout the day, like what are your activities like?
Um, yeah, like I usually will have like my outfit like laid out on the bed. Um,
Yeah.
I like do like if I'm gonna do like any type of like makeup or something, I'll do that. I'll do my hair. I might take a picture. Usually for conference, I do take a picture. That's probably like the only meets that I make sure I'm gonna take a picture in the mirror. I'll be like, oh, day one, day two. You know what I'm saying? I'll do that. But I'm not really like you said, on my Instagram, there's not like really videos and stuff like that. I don't really like post a lot of track stuff on there. So those are the only times that I'll really like make sure, like, yeah, I'm gonna post it.
Yeah, so okay, now you get to the meet, okay, and you're like About to jump. What jump did you win on? The first jump, the third jump, the sixth jump?
I won on the third jump, and then I got further on my sixth jump. So
Okay.
yeah, and beat
Okay.
I
Wow.
beat them by like I think like a foot and a half or something. So I was like, okay.
That's amazing, honestly. So you knew you were gonna win on the third jump, or was it like, oh gosh, I know they can jump further than me?
I think my first jump, I knew I was gonna have to jump a little bit further, but like I wasn't really sure how much further. Keep in mind too, I had 3 fouls, so only 3 of my jumps counted. So I'm just remembering what jump I'm trying to remember what they were. But my first jump, I remember I was like, "Oh, it wasn't a good jump technically," but I was like, "I don't know if anybody's gonna really beat that." And then I think somebody jumped it, they ended up jumping the same exact thing that I jumped my first jump. So then I responded, I jumped a further, I think like a foot further. I'm like maybe like my fourth jump or something. And then my last jump was when I jumped the best. And it's so crazy because at that point, I think I was looking at like the standings, like for like the who's gonna go to regionals for like the East. And I was like, oh, I was thinking like, oh, my fourth jump is gonna get me in. And at that point, it would have gotten me in. It would have been like top 48. But if I did not jump when I jumped on the last jump, I would not have went to regionals. So
I'm so mad now that you don't have your Big East champion on your Instagram.
what do you mean, like in the bio or something?
Yeah, cause it's like, why didn't I know this? Do you know like who won last year? How many people won last year? One person, right? What the heck? How many people won in the past since? Okay, in this century, how many people won? Like 10, literally.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like that is like the biggest thing in that conference. And that conference is like world known. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think it's serious or no? Do I gotta let you know?
I I mean, I guess I do think it's serious. Like I did think it was an accomplishment, but I was just like, I don't know. Like I told you, I'm very hard on myself, but I was very happy that day. I was so happy about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Were you screaming? Like, what is the celebration looking like?
I screamed, I think the first, like maybe like the fourth jump when I like knew I
Oh.
won. Basically, I knew I won at that point. So I think I screamed then, but my coach was like, "Calm down, like, girl, you gotta jump further. Like, what are you talking about?" So then my last jump, I didn't really have a reaction. After that, I was just like, I was just happy. I was just happy to be there. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, she mellowed me. She was like, "Girl, what are you doing all that for?" So yeah.
Nah, fact. So, like, do you love the cameras? Like, are you there for the cameras at all, or you like, yo, I need to be in the camera. They need to make sure they do a close up on me when I'm running up. Like after, like, I love the camera being on me.
I actually do like the camera being on me, but I don't really like it on me when I'm like jumping. I'm not gonna lie because I be making weird faces when I'm jumping. But like when I like, standing on the runway or like I'm walking like out from the pit or something, or like I landed in the pit, or like my last phase may be cool. But I just don't know. I've just been making all these faces. So even when they get action shots of me, I'm like, do I really want to do anything with this? I don't know.
Do I even
I
want to do
don't
it?
know.
Well, you have no videos. Like, yeah, okay, this is even wait, because we're gonna go to your Instagram too, and it's like now I'm really like, I hope if I go to your Instagram, I at least see like something that says you are a champion, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Do you have like a medal of yourself up, or like, let's see.
You gotta scroll up, my guy. It's there.
Okay.
There you
Okay.
go. You see it?
Big East champion. Let's go! Sheesh!
Look at me.
Okay, fire the energy. What the heck? Are these your favorite photos or no? Damn.
I liked all of them except for probably the one of me jumping. honestly. But
Really?
yeah, and then I have that one too. That one that's like right above it.
Yeah, all of these are fire. So listen, we're gonna go through your Instagram real quick. Honestly, because I did some scoping. Um, I want to know this photo first of all is fire. Sheesh. Um, the
Thank
caption
you.
says, "You'll love it here." What does that mean? Can you let us know what does that mean? Like you'll love it here. What are they loving?
You know me, like my energy. You know, you're not gonna find this everywhere. Good energy is hard to come across. That's actually genuine. So that's what I'm saying that you'll love about me.
So you're bringing the energy everywhere you go.
Yes, I'm a good vibe. Like I bring warm energy.
Nah, I do feel that vibe too, no lie. I already said that definitely. I seen another fire picture. Yo, where this at? Maybe it's right here. Um, yes. Maybe this is it. Okay, let's look at this other caption. Make sure I'm not clicking the wrong one. Okay. Both of those captions are fire either way. So let's just choose this one. Something special.
Yeah, again.
What do you feel like is special about you? What is like something for you? What is special about you to you?
I think that I am very loving as a person. I don't really like for me to like get there, it could take a while. I don't know. I'm not very not that like vulnerable, I guess, as a person. But if I like care for somebody, like a friend, anybody to me, like I'm very loving. Like I literally really like to bring like warm energy to the room, be a bright light. So that's what I would say is special about me.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. So like in general, what like advice would you have to give yourself if you I guess we're like 16 years old right now? Like what advice would you give yourself to put yourself in a better place than even you are right now?
I would definitely say work harder. Would definitely say probably I should have stopped track. I mean, stopped basketball. I'm lying. I'm lying. I should have stopped basketball. Then I probably would have been like at a very, very like I would have probably went to a whole different direction. But everything happens for a reason, obviously. I definitely would have said too, like that I'm going to be okay. I I think when you're 16, a lot of changes are happening, and you're questioning things, and you're like, oh, am I good enough? Am I adequate? But like if you put in the hard work, you really train hard, you really like believe in yourself, you can definitely get to where you're going. I'm a testimony. I literally tell people all the time. I had no offers going into the spring of my senior year. I didn't have offers until March. People already knew where they were going to school, all that. All my classmates talk about where they're going to school, all this stuff. I had no clue. And I felt like people were looking at me a certain way. And then I'm telling you, out of my class, like in terms of like ranking and like what type of school I went to, like I went to the top school in my class. So yeah, I just like believed in myself. I always knew I was capable. It might not happen on the timing that everybody thinks it's gonna happen on, but it's timing specifically to you for your life.
Yeah, yeah, that is so true. So what inspired you to even like download my app and get on this show?
I was reached out to by somebody,
Yes.
and then she told me about you, and then I just did the steps, and I'm here now.
Yeah, but you're not getting on everyone's show. I'm pretty sure if like just some, you know what I'm saying, somebody asks you, there may be somebody you say no to. So like was there any research done and you're just like, I want to be seen? Like what, you know what I'm saying? What is going through your head?
No, I definitely did look into it. Like I looked into like the past like conversations that you've had with people. It did pique my interest when she said it's not like a podcast, it's more like a conversation. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, like we're gonna chat for an hour? Like what are we gonna chat about? You know what I'm saying? So, but obviously this
Yeah.
just been time's just been going. So
Yeah.
I did
Literally, yeah.
yeah. I saw you like interview like different kinds of people. So yeah, I did like too that it was united by like, aspiring like to reach your dreams and stuff like that. So that's definitely what made me be like, yeah, this is something I'd want to do.
Yeah. And of course, we put you on because you are chasing your dreams and have lived the dreams of your own and others. So, like, what is, I guess, one thing out of many that you're looking forward to in your life, whether it's like this year or like 30, 40, 50 years from now?
I think just like being successful in general. I obviously I want to be a doctor, all those things. I want to really be able to like advocate for my patients, things like that. And I also want to like look back at my time in college athletics and like remember it because I know when you go into the real world, stuff is different, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah. But overall, like I just want to have joy because happiness is a fleeting emotion, but joy is like eternal. So I want to have joy when I look back at like things that I've accomplished in my life.
I am whatever that I say I